I wrote the code that they used to crack the mainframe.
We had a prototype that was up and running on another technology, and we used the prototype as a roadmap. It basically took us about 10 more weeks after that to develop the app on App Engine.
When we decided to go to Google App Engine, it had been because we weren't having the velocity that we wanted to. We looked around. Both I and Thomas have used Django in the past, and we really liked it. And the Python framework offerings of Google App Engine really matched well with what we wanted to do. Because of the technology of Google App Engine, it's superb about allowing you to scale something that's really popular and not having to have really any cost of doing that because it's given to you.
Our previous deployment process actually took our site offline for a certain amount of time. And with the new App Engine deployment, there's literally no downtime for the users at all.
Compared to any technology I've ever used before,
yeah,
this is a major improvement over deployment in Java or PHP or anything.
Why so?
Because it's one-click deploy.
A lot of the work that none of us really want to do is done for us. So we basically get to be creative and decide how we're going to make our app really succeed.
That worry about the operational aspects of an application going away really frees you up for writing great code or testing your code better.
The fact that you get a dashboard, the deployments are easy, really helps the whole ease of developing. It makes it fun. It's a lot of fun to develop on Google App Engine. It puts certain constraints on what you do, and those constraints are great because it forces you to look at the problem and ask the questions of like what is really important, what's necessary, what's key to this application.
And I know a lot of people, at least on the web, have pointed this out as a potential problem or a reason that they don't want to develop for it. But again, I found that those limitations, they made sense. They fit very well with my intuition about models and object models and how data should work in that way. And so, again, for me, I didn't even feel them as limitations. They were just rules that we had to follow.
And so from the standpoint of the APIs that we've used everything. We use the Mail API, we use the Image API heavily, we use Memcached. It was really a good application to test all of the features of App Engine.
Many of the libraries, general purpose libraries that we developed, like sharded counters, slug functionality, are in our image library that sits on top of the Google App Engine image library. And we're actually putting those together and releasing them in an open source library.
There's a couple of things that are in the pipeline. One thing is big file support, and two is long-running tasks or jobs.
More data tools would be nice to allow getting your data, moving it from one environment to another.
Yeah, read the documentation. There's videos out there. I just noticed that Joe Gregario has some written instructions on how to do things in Google App Engine, because it's a different beast than your typical relational database systems. So there's some things that you should be aware of.
In particular, as far as the documentation, I would add on top of that also watching the video that Brett Slatkin did. He's a Google App Engine developer, and it was for building scalable Google App Engine applications, and that was invaluable. The code, the concepts that he brings in there is really everything that you need to know to kind of pull you away from the old relational paradigm and kind of setting you for writing scalable code, scalable data models in Google App Engine.
I don't think that I've ever seen poetry so sharp and clean since the samurai cut off the hands. It's the marketing scheme that curdles the cream as the mosquitoes chew through the screen.